Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Inside Artesian Football here on WREP 15 Sports. I'm your host, Eric Meyer, joined as always by Artesian head coach Carter Whitson. Coach, you pick up a big win, your third in a row at Manual on Friday night. We'll talk a little bit about that contest. We'll take a look at the highlights, and we'll also look ahead to the big Battle of the M coming up on Friday night as the Mooresville Pioneers come to town. Let's go to Manual, though, Friday night, and you do get the win. It's your third straight, but I think maybe more important was what happened with you guys after the game than what it was that happened on the field during it.
Yeah, I spoke with their head coach early in the week, and I think both of us thought we had a great opportunity for our communities to do something special, two very different communities. And our kids wanted to do something special, and so at the end of the game, when we could all get together and show that it's pretty dang exciting and fun to play on Friday nights in front of the lights, regardless of where you came from, where you grew up, all that stuff. To be able to unite and do that together was pretty cool, especially in the day and age right now when all these protests and taking a knee and disrespecting the flag. We just thought it was something that we could do. As Americans, that we're blessed to be able to play that and have the freedom to play Friday night football. So, Coach Orkman did a great job with his kids organizing it, and our kids responded really well. And it was something that was really special for the community. It wasn't about me. It really wasn't even about our kids. It was just something for this place and the pride that this place has, and the people that have come up to me over the last week and thanked me for that. And, I said, don't thank me, thank your kids, and the Indy Star did a great job of covering it and really kind of getting the word out of how Martinsville really is.
It was pretty cool to be able to see that and see all those the different environment coming together there after the game was over with a game that you guys played really well in, but it was really cool to see all that happening.
Yeah, and football games are competitive, and you're sitting there and you're supposed to hate the guy you're playing against in between the whistles, and our kids competed hard. Their kids played extremely hard. It was good to get a win. It was good to get out healthy, and it was really important to make that stance and let people know, who we really are and who they really are.
Yeah, you're playing somebody in a jersey sometimes, and it's that jersey or that school maybe that you dislike right there for the game time, but after that,
that's
just
right.
Everybody gets together. And
that's right,
cool.
and that's why I got into high school football, to go over there and shake their head coach's hand before the game and just say thanks for hosting us and really excited about tonight and let us know what we can do to help you guys out, and they had the exact same response. Coach Orkman did a great job.
So you battle Manual looking for your third straight win. You do get your third straight win, and it's a game where you guys were pretty explosive offensively and defensively as well, and jumped out to a pretty big lead there, 35-0 at the half.
Yeah, they came out and realized that we kind of outmatched them, outmanned them, so they kind of had a simple plan to try and stop our run, which left us outside one-on-one matchups, which we like with all three of our starting wide receivers and even the backups. So once they did that, we knew we had to adjust a little bit and throw it a little bit more. But we kept running the ball and kept tempoing and doing what we do. We just adjusted really well to what their plan was.
You were able to get some runs that picked up some touchdowns. You tempoed them a little bit as well, but then again, popping up those big plays in the passing game.
The big plays in the passing game offensively were huge. We talked about that all year. Big plays help me out a ton calling plays. And even more importantly, we got on the scoreboard with the defense. Those guys have had their interceptions, their bingos, their fumble recoveries, but for those guys to get in the end zone and help out the offense was tremendous. We need a lot more of that.
You were able to get 3 interceptions and one of those taken back, like you said, for the touchdown, so that's obviously a key. Defensively, the offensive did things, and then again the special teams, you didn't see it in terms of the points produced like Caleb did. You didn't have to,
right? But
I think maybe more importantly against a team that probably you were looking at, they could pose a problem in the return game. Caleb did a great job of popping the kicks in the air and letting you guys get down there and get coverage.
Yeah, he did. He did exactly what we asked, and they snuck up and scooted everybody up, so then he kicked it over everyone. He's just a valuable weapon to have, and the guys that are also on that kickoff team have really stepped up to the challenge after Franklin took one back on us, and really are excited to be out there and compete, and it's a race to get the tackle, and that's what it's supposed to be.
What's the confidence level now like for the kids after 3 straight?
We're building still. We talk every Saturday. We're 0-0. That was the message after week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 0-0. The team we're playing 0-0. It's a new week each week. So our confidence is there. It's growing. Success always helps that. But we know that we're in a process, and we know that we're in a pattern to get better and to peak when playoffs get here.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from the contest on Friday night as we were at Emmanuel High School.
Yeah, starting out with the run game right here, Brandon Dodson and Travis both had a really good game running the ball. Didn't do it a ton because we had to throw it against them, but you can see our big guys up front really opening up holes. Anybody could play running back with those guys blocking how they did right there. Here's Jonathan throwing the ball on rhythm right there to Corbin Williams. Our first drive started out a little bit sporadic like we have in the past, but it was really good for our guys to finish the first drive and get in the end zone right there. Well, I don't know. They called him short. I think he got in the end zone. But it was good to get running backs in a touchdown and let the O-line have some success with rushing touchdowns. Then here we go defensively, doing exactly what we do. Ball pressure. This is the first play of the game. Interception. Jacob Burkett has just played better and better each week of trusting his assignment. It was good to see him come down with that interception right there. And here we go running the ball again. Good little spin move right there and finishing in the end zone. Brandon's getting better and better. He keeps getting coached really well and really hard because he's not quite there yet. He has so much more that he could give us, and we're excited about his future. And here we go defensively. There's 4 guys making a play on inside zone. That's exciting to see. That's awesome. Threw a little bit different package at them. Threw some nickel stuff. We knew they had great athletes, but we created some confusion, made him throw it early. Seth has a great interception right there, and the rest of his teammates got him in the end zone. He just did the first part of it, which was really cool. They had, their quarterback played extremely hard, and number 4 was dinged up a little bit, but they've got some athletes that, we needed to prepare for, and I thought we did a good job of stepping up to the challenge. There's Corbin again with a long pass. Those athletes right there, Corbin's running away from them, so we've got some speed too. Matt's had some long touchdowns. Corbin's had some long touchdowns. It's been exciting for those guys. There's Izzy Elliott right there with a forced fumble. They threw a flag on it late. I think they did some stuff just to make sure the game was a little bit closer than it looked. But we're still handling our business. We're up 28-0 right now. Pretty early in the second quarter. We actually slowed things down and tried not to run it up a little bit too much just because we wanted to show those guys respect at the end. Here's Travis. Travis continues to play multiple positions for us. O-line does a great job blocking for him right there. Brandon was actually the lead blocker. So putting those two in the backfield together has been exciting. And then there's Matt with a slant route that he's continuing to get better at, but his finishing is awesome. Great stiff arm right there. And just to find the end zone on a long play like we keep talking about really, really helps me out a bunch. Chase Havlin and Ben Marino continue to be a force on the edge of our defense that just play really well. And then here the freshmen get in at the very end. Freshmen get in, and Ethan Potteroff takes one 70 yards. That was awesome for those guys. They've had a great year so far, and to see them have that much fun and score on one of their 3 plays was awesome.
And you see that right there as he was able to get the touchdown and just a couple of plays that they had. Not a lot of plays for everybody to be had in the second half of play. Ran the clock through everything to kind of, like you said, just make sure that we could get through the game, everybody kind of be healthy and all that.
And that's what the goal was. I spoke with their athletic director and their head coach at halftime, and we wanted to make sure that they got out healthy and we got out healthy, but we also got some reps for some younger guys. We wanted to get a few more reps. But it worked out really well to come out of there with a win and come out of there healthy.
So like we said, it was 3 straight. You get the victory over Manual, and you mentioned a little bit about the other people getting in and getting those opportunities, but just enough for your starters to kind of still stay sharp and get ready for the game that's coming up this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we treated as. It was a little different week because we knew we were going to come in a little bit, being able to outmatch them with just pure numbers and just the resources we have. So our kids, saw a different challenge of preparation last week, and I told them, I said, this is what really good football programs do every week. They prepare like they're going to get everybody in the game, and they're going to go out and bust their tails the first few quarters, put a great film on the internet for us, and then get the other guys in that work so hard on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, some reps and some excitement on Friday night.
Ultimately, that's how you build the program. It's those other guys. You hear the people talk about the iron sharpens iron. Some people like that, some people don't. But the reality is that you get better by having good kids and a lot of good kids that push those other kids to get better as well.
Yeah, it's been, and you've seen that from us this year, probably more than you have in the past, just because we do have some more numbers out. We've got more kids that can play special teams, more kids that can compete for starting jobs, and I think those numbers will go up even more. We had to send in our sectional roster, and they have a limitation on how many you can suit up. I was like, that probably hasn't been a problem here in the past, and now we're going to have to tell some guys they can't suit up even though they're practicing, which is a good problem to have.
You will have Mooresville coming to town for senior night here on Friday night. Before we get to the game, let's talk a little bit about that senior group. It's your first one. I'm sure you would love to have them around a lot longer, but really that was the group you had to get to buy in when you came in, and it's been a great group for you.
Yeah, they really have. There's some great leaders on that small senior class that really stepped up early and challenged their teammates and said, we want to change things and we want to put the bricks in the foundation of what we're going to build here. And, I told them they've done that. We've already got the bricks. We've got the foundation. Now let's build what we're going to have. And you guys need to enjoy some of that success that the future Artesians will have. So I'm really excited for those guys to see a little bit of it. They're getting some confidence. They're realizing we do things the right way. And it's just going to help them whenever they leave this place too.
Senior night on Friday night. Like we said, you'll honor the seniors before the contest. Then it's the Mooresville Pioneers. Mooresville in a little bit of a rebuilding mold. They've got a new coach as well, a veteran head coach that's been around a long time. Mike Gillen at Indian Creek, before that at Tri-West, where he's had some success in Decatur Central as well. What are we going to see out of Mooresville come Friday night?
Yeah, you're going to see a good program. Coach Gillen's doing, exactly what when I got here in February. They're starting to rebuild a little bit, and I think they've gone through some different growing pains than we have, but a very similar program to our place. Rebuilding with a great coach, great coaching staff. They're trying to do some different things. They're still trying to find some answers, but they're playing better. Scored a lot of points last week versus a good Whiteland team. They're progressing like I think he wants to. I think he'd like to see a few more wins, but you can tell they're getting better week by week.
And they're going to get better offensively and defensively. They've given up a lot of points on the defensive side. They'll get that taken care of offensively as well. He's coming from the school of where he likes to score a lot of points like you guys do as well, and has done that with the success at Indian Creek. What are we going to see them do offensively? Is it going to be some of the same stuff that people that have seen Mike Gillen teams do on Friday night?
It will be, and it'll be very similar to what we do offensively and what we do defensively. The teams will actually match up, and we've gone against our ones a lot this week, ones versus ones, because we're going to see a 4-4 cover 3, and we're going to see a 11 personnel spread team that runs it and throws it. But yeah, they try and throw it out a little bit. They're not super complicated in their passing schemes. A lot of it's quick game or double moves that our kids have been preparing for all week. But they do. He wants to spread it out a little bit. He's got multiple quarterbacks that he's played. One of them can run around quite a bit, and one of them had a really good week last week, throwing the ball to number 11. So they're going to do what they do. They're not going to change what they do offensively, and then defensively, you're going to see them. They've played two different defenses, and we're prepared for both, and we're prepared for a third one too if they come out and do something different Friday night.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what you guys are going to have to do now to be successful offensively and defensively on Friday.
Yeah, something that we've done in the past few weeks is score a bunch of points, and that's that was the mindset from the very beginning. I'm so pleased with our defense and how they're playing. I say they put up a shutout last week. I know the freshmen gave up a touchdown when they had the ball on the 5 and ran 4 plays in a row. So they did their best to shut them out, but our defense is playing really well. Need to continue to stop the run and make them throw it, get them in the situations where we can get our athletes on the field. And then, we feel like we have an advantage over their athletes. And then offensively, we got to run the football. We have to run the football regardless of what they do defensively. But we can do that different ways. We can pound it with a few different guys, or we can spread them out and figure out what they want to stop. So we're going to do what we do. We're not going to change a whole lot. We're really excited about the opportunity to get 4 in a row.
trying to get 4 in a row on Friday night. Senior night at home against Mooresville. I know you guys look at the 0-0 Monica coming in every week before the game, but we like to look ahead a little bit, and the sectional draw came out on Sunday. And, I mean, if you could draw the sectional draw out, you want to be the last name out of your sectional because that means you're getting a bye.
Right.
You're playing at home, and if everything shakes out, you play that championship game at home. And by gosh, we finally got the last name drawn out.
That's exactly right. We got the last name drawn out. We've seen every opponent in our sectionals, whether it was this summer scrimmage in Bloomington North or in the regular season play in Franklin and South and Whiteland. So, we didn't look at, we want to play this opponent or we want, to play at this place or this place. So to get that bye and to get it our place was awesome. But, we're chomping at the bit to get into playoffs. Whoever we faced, we were like, bring them on. Whether we go there or whether we, play at our place, we really didn't care who we got. We know that we're going to have to beat 2 really good teams now to, continue on in the sectionals. Franklin's playing better. We're not looking ahead whatsoever, but they are playing better. Coach Cole's doing a good job up there. We've seen them; they're a common opponent. But playing someone twice and beating someone twice is hard to do. So we'll have a good week during fall break to get ahead on those guys, and then when we come back to school, really push to make a playoff run. And
looking ahead as well, if you mentioned the playoff run, if you should win, you have a decent possibility of hosting the championship game at home as well, which will be pretty good for the program. But not looking ahead, up first you got Mooresville coming in Friday.
That's right. We need to get our 4th win in a row. That's our priority. That's our thought process. And then a good Plainfield team. We got to go there week 9. Really, really excited about having that week off. People have different mindsets of their week 9 games. If they've got a tough playoff game coming the next week, sometimes they'll rest some guys that are dinged up. We're excited to continue our momentum and play all of our guys. So that'll be a good thing for us to have that bye week.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Good luck on Friday.
Thanks, man.
That is Artesian head coach Carter Whitson here inside Artesian Football. Martinsville, Friday night, senior night, looking to make it 4 straight as the Mooresville Pioneers come to town. As always, I'd like to thank the head coach for coming in, for Carter Whitson, and the advanced broadcasting class who produced it. I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Artesian Football.
Here we go.